I don't know. I heard Sean. I didn't hear her. All right, 88 right now. Little east-southeast wind. Tell you what, about 12 miles per hour.
Check. Hillary's at 1092 and Sanders is at 686.
And they're on. Kelsey, mic check, mic check. Kelsey from the wall, checking out the mic. Check, mic check. Oops, sorry, still adjusting. Megan Conway, mic check.
Live from Lincoln, this is Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 5.
An individual would not be able to tell from the pump themselves whether or not it had been compromised.
That gas skimming scam shows up again. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us.
It happened right outside Lincoln this time.
And deputies say there are already as many as 4 victims. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Abigail Wood joins us now with more information and some tips to help you. Abigail?
Rod, the sheriff's office says the number of victims is actually expected to rise as the investigation continues.
This is a picture deputies took of the skimming device they found on July 22nd inside a fuel pump at the Shoemakers near Highway 77 in Saltillo. It steals your card information when you pay at the pump.
We have so far identified 4 individuals who have had their credit cards compromised as a result of this.
And that number is expected to rise. The sheriff's office says over the last few months, around 540 credit cards have been compromised at pumps in the Lincoln and Lancaster area, resulting in a loss of around $25,000.
We also know that devices have been located in other areas outside of Lincoln, Lancaster County.
You can't tell from just looking whether or not a pump has a card skimmer.
Devices are very small and they're placed by these individuals inside the actual pump.
Still, there are some precautions you can take. Some gas stations will put a security tape over the box like this so you can tell if it's been tampered with. The tape has a barcode to make sure it can't be duplicated, and staff check it regularly.
If you don't see a sticker or the sticker has been compromised, then go inside and pay for your gas directly inside. That would be the best way to ensure that your credit card is not compromised.
LPD has already arrested 4 people and identified others in connection with a string of similar scams in Lincoln. The sheriff's office says this skimmer out at Shoemakers may be connected to those crimes.
Again, if you are ever worried the pump isn't safe, officials say don't risk it. Go inside to pay and tell employees immediately.
Yeah, you do have some options, I guess. All right, and thanks for letting us know about the sticker. Abigail Wood from the newsroom.
All right, let's get over and talk to Chief Meteorologist Luke Doris. Luke, today's pretty similar today. Any differences?
Feels a little bit hotter. Really, other than that, it's a copy and a paste from what we had seen yesterday. The humidity has ticked up just a little bit. So your heat index, we did make it to 90 today. So far, it feels like 90 here in town, 91 in Beatrice, heat index of 90 in Falls City, though still nothing at all like what we had seen last week. Remember Saturday? Saturday was just awful with the humidity, but you know, here, not too bad. 88 degrees right now, relative humidity 45%, dew point 64. That's still not in bad shape, but just a little bit up. All right, satellite radar, I want to point out a couple things here. We have two systems. These are actually going to collide. That's going to bring us some rain chances. The strongest one is off to the north, and that's bringing some showers and some thunderstorms to parts of South Dakota. Some of those could even make their way into Nebraska tonight. So this cold front's on the way. It brings at least a shot for rain. I don't want to get you too excited for that, but there is a chance. Also, cooler temperatures are going to come back to the forecast. It's all coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you in a bit. Thanks, Luke.
One man was killed today in a grain bin accident. It happened just after 9:30 this morning near Gresham. A worker fell into a grain bin and was trapped under some corn. He's identified as Gary Neuauer. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
We now know the name of the woman killed in a house explosion in Omaha yesterday. Police say 30-year-old Clara Bender was called to inspect the house after a tenant was evicted in June. The explosion happened while she was there. 2 others were sent to the hospital. No update on their condition. The incident is still under investigation.
Well, some people do not want a chicken plant to be built in Fremont. In fact, they're suing the city. It comes after Fremont gave the okay for Costco to build a chicken plant. The lawsuit says the city illegally approved land for it. The plant would employ up to 1,100 people. It is day 2 of the Democratic National Convention.
Roll call voting is underway right now. ABC's Karen Travers has more in tonight's campaign coverage.
Tonight, Democrats making it official, a state-by-state roll call to formally nominate Hillary Clinton as their candidate for president. But that lively political tradition is another chance for Bernie Sanders supporters to cause a ruckus. In a symbolic gesture, Sanders' name also placed into nomination, giving his delegates an opportunity to make their voices heard.
In my view, our immediate task, what we must do or forever look back in regret, is defeat Donald Trump and elect Hillary Clinton.
In the spotlight, Hillary Clinton's work for children and families. A likely emotional moment. Together on stage, mothers who lost their children to gun violence or alleged excessive use of force by police.
We must bring awareness. We must tell the people that don't wait till tragedy knock on your door.
But the highlight of day 2, the primetime address by Bill Clinton. Last night, the former president watched from inside the arena as Michelle Obama, Elizabeth Warren, and Bernie Sanders delivered powerful speeches supporting his wife. Tonight, Bill Clinton promoting Hillary Clinton's days as a child advocacy lawyer and her work on health care.
This is Bill Clinton's 10th speech at a Democratic convention, and aides say this one will be personal. He's been working on it for weeks, and he's expected to speak from the heart. Hillary Clinton will not be here for the speech, but aides say she'll, of course, be watching from home. Karen Travers, ABC News, Philadelphia.
Some of the top young bowlers in the world are here in Lincoln. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Kelsey Murphy joins us now with more on the story. Kelsey?
Bowlers from 37 different countries are here to compete in the World Youth Championship. I spoke with a few members of Team USA about how they're doing. More than 100 bowlers from 37 different countries, and they all want to be number 1.
I love the competition. The different countries they have so much talent, and you don't really see it anywhere else.
Young athletes from around the world are here in Lincoln. They're bowling in the World Youth Championship at Sun Valley Lanes. So why host a worldwide tournament in Lincoln? The championship is held every 2 years in different bowling alleys bid for the event. Last time Lincoln went up against Hong Kong, they got to host it, but this year it's Lincoln's turn.
I think once people have been here, nobody's complaining. Everybody's happy with our process. Everybody's happy with the city of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Tuesday kicked off the official tournament. I caught up with a few members of Team USA. Stephanie Schwartz is from Wisconsin. She says she's been bowling since she was strong enough to pick up a bowling ball.
It's just like a family thing, and I've started since I was young. Probably been bowling since I was could walk, just messing around and trying out.
Schwartz and her teammate Julia Bond were chosen by Team USA junior coaches to represent the team. Bond is from Illinois and is looking at a shot to play in the Final Four. She picked up the sport by chance at age 11 and since then fell in love with the game.
People always think that it's just physical and there's not much to it, but there's a lot of thinking involved. There's a lot of trying to anticipate what you should do next, and I think that's what kind of gets me.
In order to compete, your country has to be a part of a sponsored federation.
The tournament will last until August 2nd, and it is open to the public to go and watch. Again, it's at Sun Valley Lanes.